What's up, guys? So over the weekend, Bandai Namco put on a live stream that covered a ton of details about UI Goku. They pretty much went through like everything about the character. I'm going to link the full video down in the description because it's like 3 hours long. I'm not going to be able to cover everything that was covered in the video, but I'm going to try my best to cover the basics of the character and what my impressions are based on what we've seen so far and my reactions to some of the stuff that is in this big showcase video stream that they did. So let's jump right in. I think we're going to start out talking a little bit about some of his normals. So here they showed his 2L. It does hit low. Seems kind of like Goku Blue. I think that's kind of what this move reminds me of. It's 7 frames, which is, you know, the fastest lights are 6 frames, but 7 I think is about average for a low 2L. So yeah, seems decent. That should help his mix up the fact that he has a fast low, so that's cool. And so here's his 5L. You can see, depending on the range, it seems like the frame data can be different. It looks like from closer, it's 7. From a little further, it can be higher, like 10. But regardless, it seems like he does not have a 6-frame move whatsoever in terms of his normals. So there might be some situations where, like, if you block a 6M, you're at 0. And if the opponent has a 6-frame move and you don't, there's not too much you can do. So I'm already seeing kind of a red flag with the fact that his normals are a little on the slow side here. It makes me think of someone like Gogeta, where it's a little bit awkward that his normals are a little bit slower compared to some other characters. But he has some other nice stuff that I think will make up for it a little bit. But yeah, those are his lights. Next, I wanted to point out his 2M. It seems decent, like decent range. The only thing is it comes out in 13 frames, which is not particularly fast. So for example, like Super Saiyan Goku, his 2M depends on the range. From max range, it's like 16 frames. From close up, it's 14, only 1 frame slower. Videl, her 2M is 17, 16 from up close. So it's not as slow as like the really slow 2Ms. But it's pretty significantly slower than the fast 2Ms. Like, for example, Blue Goku, his 2M is 10 frames compared to 14, so it's a little on the slow side. So again, we're seeing he has some slower normals, but I don't necessarily think that that's going to be this massive disadvantage, because he does have some other cool stuff. So next up, we'll look at his 2H. You can see it's kind of interesting. You bounce off in kind of a weird way when it gets blocked. It reminds me a little bit of like Kefla auto combo, how she sort of bounces off and you can air dash afterwards. It seems interesting. It doesn't really seem like super strong to me compared to some really good 2Hs like Adult Gohan or something, but it seems interesting. Next up, we'll look at his Ki Blast. His Ki Blast actually look kind of insane to me. You can see here, they beat Super Dash just straight up. It kind of reminds me of like Jiren Ki Blast, where it reaches full screen really fast, it beats Super Dash, and you can do 3 of them, and you can angle them upward. There's a lot going on with these. I feel like I see some decent potential for zoning here, like a Ki Blast where you have 3 of them, so you can confirm if you got Bardock B assist or something like that, or a C assist. You just throw this move out, it'll interrupt the Super Dash, you can maybe confirm with an assist. It just seems really, really good to me, so this has me really excited. The fact that it seems like he might have some zoning capability and not just sort of this rushdown, counter, prediction, mix-up gameplay. So that's cool. And he's got one more interesting Ki Blast normal, which is 6S. You can see he does this little spin around Ki Blast deal. This move seems really good to me. Like, it beats Super Dash. It hits on both sides. It throws out a Ki Blast that you can combo off with Vanish or something like that. This seems like an interesting move. I'm excited to see if you could do something cool with this, or if you'll just end up doing his more normal Ki Blast more because they have higher priority. Not sure, but I like that they're giving him some cool Ki Blast stuff. And the last normal I wanted to talk about here is his Air 2H. You can see it's just a normal launcher. I just wanted to point out he doesn't have anything weird like Frieza or Zamasu where they cannot launch you up from the air. He just has a normal air launcher, which I think will make him a little bit easier to pick up if you're looking for a character who just kind of plays like a normal Dragon Ball character. But let's move on to his special moves here. This is 236L, quarter circle forward. Light, medium, and heavy. The light version has short range. Medium version goes full screen, but it takes a little while to come out. But you can see it does have some invincibility. Once the startup is over, you can go through some stuff and hit people from full screen. So that seems interesting, but I think the real juice here is 236H looks insane. So you can see here the heavy version. First of all, you get really good combo opportunities off it because it wall bounces them like that. You can combo off it easily. It goes really far, really fast. And I think they said it's like -2 on block. It's safe. It is minus, but it is safe. And it's just so fast. It reminds me of like Kid Buu 236H. That's all I can think of when I see this move. It's like you're just going to throw this out in neutral, instantly get across the screen, and if they happen to be, you know, pressing a move or something, you're going to go into a full combo off it. So seems a little bit insane. Maybe not quite GT Goku levels of crazy, but pretty ridiculous. Next special move here is going to be Air 236 L, M, or H. This is just a combo ender as far as I can tell. It's nice that it lets him get sliding in any situation. I always like that when I pick up a character and I can just always get sliding. It just makes them really intuitive and nice to play at first. So that's handy. And then probably like his coolest, most unique move is his 214 L, M, H, whatever. He does this little flip, and you can hold the button to keep flipping multiple times depending on the strength of the button that you use. And it has different follow-ups. Look, you see, you can kind of flip back and forth over people. And I know a lot of people have been scheming like, oh, you can call an assist, go for assist cross-ups. I don't really think that that's going to work. Because, like, for example, the way the game works now, you can see, even though I'm holding down back, I auto-block that assist call. And that's pretty much how assists work in this game. You can't really cross people up with assists the way you can in a game like Marvel. A Marvel 2 or 3 or something like that. It just doesn't really work. So I think people are getting really hype for this move that maybe will not be as good of a mix-up option as it seems. But, I mean, hey, it can't be that bad to be switching sides, making the opponent guess what side you're going to hit on with one of the follow-ups. So this is the L follow-up. He does this sort of two-fisted punch in the air. You can see it's +3. It's +3, so that seems good. But I'm sure you can just be 2H'd right out of this because it is airborne. Something to watch out for. But, I mean, +3 is nothing to sneeze at. Plus, he has other follow-ups as well. So here's the M follow-up. He puts these orbs on you. Sorry, I don't know the name of any of these moves because I haven't seen Super. Sorry, guys, but yeah, that's the M follow-up. I believe it is a command grab, so it's unblockable. It's kind of like Videl, that leg throw that she has. That's what it reminds me of. But yeah, here you can see him jumping back and forth over him. I guess you can make them guess with the L follow-up. But I don't think that those assist setups are real. I think you'll just auto-block it. It's not really a cross-up, but it looks cool. It looks cool. And then that right there is the heavy follow-up, which seems a little bit nuts. It crumples them, so you can combo after it. Like, just walk up to them and just hit them. So that's cool. But also the air version of this move seems really sick. And so here, you can see he does the air version of 214H, and it just beats the Super Dash clean. Kind of reminds me of, like, Hit, his jumping S. Seems really cool. If you have a little bit of a prediction there, and look, you can combo off it too. Plus, I know you can use this move for, like, air extensions. You can do an air combo into this, wall bounce them, and then keep comboing in the corner. So it seems like a really strong move. Seems like one of those things where, like, the fact that you can do EX moves for half a bar is going to be really nice for this guy. I'm definitely a fan of that move. Next up, he's got a beam here. 236S. And 214S, I believe, as well. He'll kind of hop back and then do a beam. This seems fine. I mean, it's like Cell Beam. Generally, I feel like we've all come to understand that the downward angled beams are not as good because people tend to jump a lot in this game, and jumping just avoids it, whereas like a GT upward angled beam is kind of nuts because it stops people from jumping. But anyway, it's fine. It's good that he has it, but I feel like maybe his key blasts are better just because they go horizontal. I feel like it might be more useful, but yeah, the beam is definitely there, and the beam is one of his assists as well, but we'll cover all his assists in just a little bit. Okay, and then here's a really crazy thing that he has. He has a special, unique type of recovery or tech that only he can do. So when he gets hit, if you hold light plus medium, you do this weird little teleporting recovery. You'll see it right here. Look, see, he does this little recovery thing. it's unique to him. Only he can do it. And it seems crazy because, like, everyone is playing around these certain recovery patterns. Like, are you going to up tech? Are you going to down tech? Delay wake up? But he just has this extra one that no other character has to keep the opponent guessing when they have you knocked down. Seems kind of crazy, right? But it does have a lot of risk associated with it. It's unsafe on block. If you cancel it into vanish, they can 2H the vanish. And you can't call assists during it. So you really have to have the read here. If they block it, they're going to make you pay. But like just having that option seems really, really strong to me. Just because the opponent's never going to know what you're going to do when you're attacking. It seems good. He also has a DP 2-2S, you can see right here. Full invincibility, which is nice to have. And this is also his A assist. And again, we'll go in a little deeper on his assists in a second. But yeah, it's just handy to have an invincible move. Like, it seems good. Reminds me of, like, Beerus or something. He has a kind of similar sort of aura type DP. Actually, something a little bit broken about his DP. I feel like this seems strong, but maybe there's some answer to it that I haven't seen yet. But when you DP, you can then cancel it into a counter super, which he has. So you can see here, he does the DP and he just cancels it on block into counter super. And it's like, oh, you were trying to punish? Well, now you get wrecked. So that seems good. That seems good. Obviously, that loses to throw. But against throw, they have to worry, like, what if he's going to vanish cancel? That'll beat the throw attempt. So it's not like a real, it's not a mix-up, obviously, but it's like, instead of getting a guaranteed punish, when you block his DP, you're actually put into a little bit of an awkward situation where you have to guess, how is he going to follow it up? Is he going to burn meter for super or for vanish or something like that? So it seems good, but it's possible that there is some, like, good solution to this that beats everything that I just haven't figured out, but... yeah, I mean, at the worst case, you can just do level 3 or something. But yeah, it seems good that even though this is unsafe, you can kind of keep them guessing a little bit with it. So that's strong. Okay, so next up is, speaking of counters, this is his 6H. I think that's all the input is 6H. It's a counter. It seems good. It's important to note that if you counter like a faster move, like a quick normal or a super dash or something, you can't punish them with the counter. They'll be able to block. But if it's a slow move, you will be able to just punish whatever they're doing after the counter, which seems really strong. And something important about this is that when you counter a move, technically their move is whiffing, which means that they're not going to be able to vanish it. Like, if you think about with Jiren, like you counter a Kamehameha or something, and then they just vanish cancel it, and they end up not getting countered. But in this, they're not going to have the option because technically their move never connected. It just whiffed. I think that's how it works. At least that's how it was described in this stream. And that seems pretty good to me. So his counter seems cool. I think it's going to be satisfying. Countering what your opponent's trying to do seems like a fun thing to do. This character has a lot of call-out potential, it seems to me. So I'm excited for that. Here you can see it. He's going to counter this beam. And it just works. And you just get a full combo. So seems good. So we're going to look at his supers here. So this is his level 1. And he can spend another meter to make it a level 2, kind of similar to Gogeta. It seems fine. It's just like a combo ender. Nothing particularly exciting here, but he does have another level 1, which I think is a little bit more exciting. So yeah, I guess I already spoiled this a little bit, but he does have a counter level 1, kind of like Videl or whatever. But it seems maybe better. Like, you can counter lots of stuff with this. You can counter projectiles. You can counter just regular attacks. I believe you can even counter assists. So... that's pretty cool. It's nice to have, but the big downside here is that all the damage from this counter super is going to be blue life, and then if you Z change out of it into a level 3 or whatever, the entire level 3 damage is going to be blue life, meaning it's all going to be recoverable if the opponent tags out. So this might be useful for, eking out a win when your opponent's low on life. But generally, I feel like the fact that it's all blue life is a pretty big downside, but... again, I like counters, I like the call-out potential, and I feel like it fits the character really well. It's like you're moving so fast that you can see the future of what your opponent's going to do and counter it before they can even hit you, so I like the flavor a lot. And then finally, this is his level 3. I mean, it's an amazing animation. It looks incredible, but just in terms of functionality, seems pretty standard. Reminds me of like Blue Goku or something. It's just kind of a combo ender / invincible reversal, so... it's pretty much what you would expect from a level 3 in this game, but I will admit it does look really, really sick. I'm excited to land some destructive finishes with this thing in matches. So yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, and here's one more really sick thing about this character is his forward walk animation. Literally just holding forward goes through ki blasts. So this is sick. You can just hold forward and flex on the opponent and just walk through their ki blast. If they decide to like super dash or whatever, you have plenty of time to 2H, or you can activate his counter out of this walking, his 6H. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff, but it will lose to like higher priority projectiles, so beams or like projectiles that kill ki blasts and super dash, like UI Goku's ki blasts. You cannot walk through stuff like that, but it's really, really cool. It's really swag. If you just want to style on your opponent, I feel like walking forward is the coolest way to do it, so I absolutely love that little touch. See, so here he is walking through and then immediately canceling into counter. That is so sick. I'm a big fan of that. And then finally, we're just going to look at his assists. So A assist is his DP. You can see it reaches really high. Everyone's comparing this to Dante Jam Session assist from Marvel 3. I don't think it's going to be that good, but it seems fine. Something that they unfortunately don't show is like whether you can super dash, meet someone air to air with super dash, then call the assist, kind of like what people do with Adult Gohan A assist. If that works, then this assist is going to be really good, but I have a feeling that it's just going to come in too far back and it's not really going to work like that. So it seems decent, but not amazing. I don't know. Maybe his A assist will end up being good, but to me, it doesn't seem that good. And then his B assist is going to be the beam. It seems a lot like Cell A assist, except, you know, the angle is a little different. It's a little more horizontal, less sharply angled downward. Again, it seems fine. Like, if you don't have a beam on your team, this will get the job done, but it has that disadvantage of not reaching full screen, being easy to jump out of, and it doesn't wall splat during combos, so I think you'll have a little bit less hit stun to work with, and you might not be able to combo into like a grounded Dragon Rush afterward. So maybe not as good as like a regular like Super Saiyan Goku beam, but it's fine. I have a feeling that you're going to be using this one for most teams that have UI, but we'll see. Maybe A or C could be better. And so this is his C assist. It's just the standard sort of tracking one hit. It tracks vertically and horizontally. So you can see here that you can like use it anywhere on screen during combos to get follow-ups, bring them back down to the ground. So seems really, really good for combos, good for confirms, but not very much block stun. So I don't know how much people are really going to use this C assist. My first impression is B might be better, but we'll have to wait and see. All three of his assists look like they'll have some utility, so it'll be interesting to see which one people end up going with in the long run. So that's basically going to be it for everything I'm going to cover in this video. Again, make sure to click the link in the description to the full stream archive if you want to see every little bit of detail that they've shown for the character. But based on what we've seen, I like what we're seeing. He reminds me a bit of Gogeta, and I know that a lot of people are not necessarily happy that Gogeta is not like that good because his normals are a little bit clunky. But I think he looks like a cool character. He's got a lot of cool read potential. I love his counters. He seems like he might have some insanity with like being able to hop over you and stuff like that. It seems like a really cool character. I'm really excited to try him out when he comes out this week. And that should be fun. So let me know what you guys think of UI Goku. You excited to try him out? You think he seems good, bad, in the middle? We'll have to wait and see to know for sure. But thank you everybody for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.